Hey everyone, it's Angus here. Video time. I thought that I'd just share this as a potentially a different approach to trading that I don't think I've seen anyone else doing this, but I'm sure that there's people out there that do. It was just something that I've been playing with. I've been messing around with the Wall Street Bet meme stocks. I've just got a sort of a small account where I'll take a position on quite a few of these stocks to try and work out which one might be the winner for the day. And so this is really kind of a day trading type strategy, trying to find these really big pump type stocks and have a strategy where I can sort of take profit along the way. So what I've been doing, just to give you a bit of background, is I'll go through the Reddit Wall Street Bets thread, or maybe the daily popular ticker thread, and work out which ones people are talking about. But there's a couple of sites. There's this one called quiverquant.com/Wall Street Bets. I don't have anything to do with the site, but it kind of summarizes quite nicely, which stocks are being talked about the most. So the ones that I tend to focus on are the ones that have this one day focus. So BBAMC, I think it's Clover, GME, Cialini. So these are the sort of stocks that I typically look at. And what I do, I also include some of the high short interest stocks. So a lot of these strategies from Wall Street Bets are around trying to force squeeze plays. If a stock is overly shorted. So things like Workhorse and Clover and Blink. I might also add to that list if they're not already in here somewhere. So what I then do is I create this watch list. So I've got my Wall Street Bets meme stocks list, and I typically sort them by the greatest change percent. And what I then do, it's probably better if I made this at 7 o'clock at night, but what I then do is I also have this thing here that shows me the after hours pricing. So if I click on my little three dots, you can see how I've got extended hours ticked down here. And so it means that once the market opens up in the pre-market, then I can see what's happening and I can see which stocks are about to run. And so the ones that are about to take off, the ones that in the pre-market, look like they're starting to, go up, that's where the effort obviously is for the day from, Wall Street Bets and, all those sorts of traders. And again, this is a highly, speculative, highly risky strategy. So, definitely only do this with money that you're, very, very prepared to lose. But what I'll do is I'll wait to see which ones are running, and then I'll put in my stop orders. So I'm doing all of this within TradingView. So I'm using TradeStation, and what I do is I'll work out each day, what my account balance is, and so at the moment I can't buy anything, but my balance is only 0.84. But by the time tonight comes around, I'll have another couple of $1,000 that I can spend on that account. So I'll work out, how many stocks I need or, I want to be able to buy, and then I'll, purchase those stocks. And, I'll click on this little up and down arrow, and that then allows me to say, I want to buy, Clove. I want to put in a limit order for, $24, and I'll buy, I don't know, $500 worth of that particular stock. And then what I'll do is I'll put an initial stop loss. And so I might say if I'm buying at 24, let's put in a stop loss at, $20. But what I do is once I've got that order and once the stock is actually bought, the thing that I've been playing with is I then cancel that stop order and I break it down into lots of mini orders or mini stop losses. And so, I hope that I'm making sense. But you can see for Clover at the moment, yesterday it went up 85%. I don't know if you can see it on the resolution, within the video, but see how there's just here, there's actually a little arrow. I'll see if I can zoom in. See how there's that little arrow there? So that's where I bought Clover for whatever reason. I just saw it in one of the sites and thought I'll take a punt. And so I bought it. And then you can see, quickly rallied over the next couple of days. And, yesterday it just exploded and, went through the roof. And so you can see on that particular stock, I'm up around about 150%. And see how my market value is $400. And so typically I buy $500 worth of a stock at a time. Again, this is just a super speculative type account. And so I'm down $100 in terms of my market value, which means I must have sold some. And so see up here how, again, there's a little red arrow. And so you can see on that red arrow, it means that you can see that I sold 5 at $19 at some stage. So the stock, at some stage yesterday must have dropped, and I would have sold some of my stocks. Sell 5 at 19. So I don't know exactly when I did that, but maybe it was when it wiggled down here or something, and I had a tighter stop before I did all this. And anyway, so what I've been doing is because, a normal, it's really hard to find the right stop loss on these sort of stocks, to know when to exit. And so what I do is I just put in heaps. And so rather than having, one big, I've got 17 shares, you can see I've got, I hold 17. And so rather than having a stop loss of 17 stocks that I might move up and down, what I do is I just break it up. And so instead, I've got a stop loss at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, all the way up. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll put stop losses, 24, 25, 26. So if it does go up, then I take profit. And with here, if it does wiggle up and down a bit, I might get stopped out of, half of these, but I'm forcing myself to take profit, rather than having a stop loss that, takes me out of the whole position. I'm trying to sort of stay in it, while this volatility runs. And then what I do is if the stock goes up, I'll move my stop losses. I'll take whatever the bottom one is, and I'll simply drag it up and I'll move it above, where it is currently. So you can see at the moment I've got one at $15. I can see Clover's now at $22.15. And so what I might do is let me make it up here, and I'll make it up to 23. I'll make one at 24.50. So I'll just let it go. But then I'll click on the little, you can see it's moved my stop loss. I'll click on the little 2. I'm going to say make this one $23.50. So if Clover tonight goes up to $23.50, then I'll take profit. I'll sell a couple more of my shares, and then I can redirect them the next day into one that's running a bit better. Is that right? So I've got 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So actually I'll make that 24, sorry. So I'll make it 24. What's going on? It wants me to use a limit order, but let me see if I can drag him. It's the idea, if it hits $24, it'll stop and take some profit for me. So normally I'll make that a limit order, but it's been working where I can sort of move these stops up and about. So if I look at FSR, you can see here that I've got these 2 little down arrows, so I must have taken profit at some stage. I've got this other down arrow up here, so I've taken profit. And so you can see I've only got $149 left of this stock. So if this one was to, again, rally in the, pre-market, then I might move up some stops, I might buy some more stocks. But so you can see here I've got 15.50, 16, 16, 15, 17. So because the stock is now 18, I think I'll make one at 17.50. So what I simply do is I'll click on that, and I'll just change it to say make it $17.50. And go modify. And so you can see now it's moved it up. And I could say, make one at 18, but I think I'll leave it for now and just see what happens to it. But you can see this is my buy price all the way down here at $12.50. I'm up 48% on the stocks that I, still have for this one. And so I said it's just an interesting way. Like if I'm not paying brokerage, this is a good example where I've got I've got 5 here, so I'm going to change that and say make it 2. I'm going to go modify order. Then I know that I've got 3 because I've got 10, 5 and 7. I'll make this one here 2. And so I know that I can now add a few more stops in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sell, stop, and I want to make it, let's say, 38. So you need to make sure it's a stop, not a limit, but make it 38, and it's always GTC. So I'll go that. And the stock is at 40, so I might make another 2 at 40. So it's 2 more at 40. Stop, sell. And so the whole idea is if the stock wiggles down, then I'm going to take profit, well and truly above my buy price. But if it does continue to rocket up, which, some of these are doing quite well, then I'll just keep moving my stops up. So this one I'm going to go sell, and I'm going to put one at 36. That'll appear here. So I've got 10, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I said it's interesting, it's something that I've been having a bit of fun with over the last week. rather than having sort of all my eggs in one basket with one, giant stop, I've found that, just by, really making these, smaller sort of stop losses along the way, I'm definitely, taking a bit of profit, and, it's the account's been growing quite nicely. It was sitting around about $6,000 a week ago, and so it's just going up, fairly steadily. XPEV, so that one is 39.65. My top stop is at 38. So I'm going to take this one here at 35, and I'm going to say let's make this one 39. 39. So that way, if it wiggles down, then I'll take some profit. And so you can see that's now at 39. And so, that's just this, super simple approach. And, TradeStation does it all super simply, super easily, all within, the TradingView interface, which is, something I thoroughly enjoy. This one here, 25, 26, 26.50, 27. It's now at 28.47. So I might have one at, let's say, 27.50. 27.5, modify. So that's moved it up a little bit closer. And 27.5, I might even make one at 28. So let's move this one here up to 28. And so all I'm doing is I'm taking the bottom one, moving it up to the top. And so you can see now if it comes back a bit, then I'm going to try and bank all this as profit. And if it does take off and does keep moving up, then I'm no worse off. I'm doing a bit better. There's a lot of people who always say, should set profit targets, but I'm a bit of a believer in, don't take profit unless the stock is pulling back. So this one I've got 4. I've paid 66. The stock's all the way up here, and you can see I've actually just got single individual orders. The stock's at $90. So what I might do is I might say, well, I've got a stop up here at 90, so I'll leave him alone. HMHC. You can see on this one it's at 11.27. So this one here, that's at 9.75. I might say let's break him up and make 2 out of him. So I'm going to change that to 3. Go modify order, which means I know that I've got 3 spare. And so I'm going to sell, stop. I'm going to make it $11 and 3 because I know I've got 3 left. So that's all the way up at 11. I might take this 3 here, and I might move that one up to 10.75. So all I'm doing is just moving up my orders to protect my position. $11.27. So I think I'm happy with that. So that seems okay. Go and have a look at plug. So you can see here these little down arrows. If you can see them on the screen, it means that I've taken profit off this one. So it must have been a little bit higher, and I've taken profit along the way. So with this one, the price is $33.49. So I think I'm going to say $33.49. Let's make one stop at, I don't know, 32 maybe. A bit below. I might put it about there. So let's say 32.50. I'm going to change this one to $32.50. And this one I might make 30. I might make it, it's $30.50, so I might leave it there. I do like plug. Let's see what else. Palantir is always in the press. So again, he's at 24.38, so I might put a stop at 24. So this one here, I'm going to move up to 24. Modify order. And so you can see I've now got a stop at 24. So I've got 6 stocks in total. I've got 6 stop losses. And so again, I'm happy with that. Workhorse. Again, this is, if you remember from here, see how Workhorse is the most shorted stock on the market at the moment with a 41.9% short interest. I might be confusing my terminology between most shorted and short interest, but you can see that it's certainly, one of the higher stocks in terms of short interest. So hopefully there might be a bit of a squeeze at some stage that, propels this up higher. So you can see I've got 5, 5, and 5. It did run quite well last night, or yesterday rather, but it sort of pulled back to where it was. So let's just give myself a bit more room. I bought it at 51.39. I think I only bought this one yesterday. Yeah, well, you can see here the little up arrows means that I bought it a few times. So on this one, what will I do? I might make it, it's 15.58. I wouldn't mind a stop at 15, so I'm going to see this one here, and I might make him 15 and go modify order. And so you can now see I've got a stop just before, where it sort of opened yesterday. So this one here this one's at $14. I think I'm fairly happy with that at the moment, so I might just leave that alone for now. Blackberry is another one that's running. You can see I've taken profit all the way sort of along that little line there. If I mouse over, I can see that the high yesterday was $17.17. So I've obviously sold some along the way because I've only got 2 left, and I've only got $32 worth left. So, I must have taken profit, all through there. Zom, you can see I've got 33. So Zom's obviously one that I bought recently, but I haven't done, I haven't sort of broken down this stop into, multiple different orders. But because the price is so close to my stop loss, I'm going to leave him alone. But anyway, I'll go through and I'll fix the, the rest of these other ones. But, it's just a different approach. So as I said, maybe there's people out there doing it already. I'm sure there are. But I just, like the simplicity within TradingView. Like, this is all connected through my TradeStation account. I just put, a couple of $1,000s into it, and then, I don't take money in or out, but I just sort of let it sit in here and, find these meme stocks that are running. So tonight I'll probably have a crack at Wish or crack at When or, Clash at Sends, depending on which one runs in the after hours. So the key is to, make sure that you've got, whether you've got live data or, whether you've got after hours data available to you, you sort by, the extended hours, and that's then a good way to, try and guess which one of these is going to run. I take a bit of a punt that, I can buy into it, at a reasonable price, and that it's going to take off from where it is. And if it doesn't, a little bit like, this one down here that we looked at before, where I said it's pretty close to, where I bought it. So I set a stop loss typically around, 4 to 5% below my buy price. And if it doesn't run, then I get exited out. And as I said, there's no brokerage, so it doesn't matter. If I guess the wrong one and it heads towards my stop loss, then I exit. And so the ones that are heading away from my stop loss, I'll break down my overall 33 stops. If this one jumped up tonight, I'd change that and make it into 4 or 5 lots of 5 sell orders, and then take profit as it goes up and down. So definitely not a trading strategy for the faint of heart, but you can see that these meme stocks, they're all running really hard at the moment. So this is just purely as something a bit different from my more conservative stock strategy, where I tend to buy and hold for as long as I can. This is really a sort of a almost like a one day trading overnight type strategy, where I do buy and I do hold them, but only while they're running. And you can see that I take profit very quickly. So when they eventually do pull back, I'm out and I've protected my profit, all the way down through the order. So it's interesting. I said, I hope that's been useful to someone. And as always, a longer video than I expected. If you have any questions, you're very welcome to ask. But it's more just about saying TradeStation integrated with TradingView means that I can buy and sell stocks, very easily. I can put in, limit orders if I, had any sort of balance. I've got to wait till tonight for my balance to come back. But it means that I can literally just sit here. I can place my orders. They can be sitting in the system, and they trigger if they go up. For this particular stock, I might say, this is Wish. I might say, put a limit order in if I want to trade in the pre-market. If I don't want to trade in the pre-market, I might put a stop order in. And what I do is I put a stop order in slightly above where the current price is, so I only buy if it goes up. With 18 seconds to go, that's the end of this video. So again, I hope that may or may not have just been something slightly different or slightly interesting to others who, might be looking to do something similar, either with crypto or something else. Thank you very much.